Ink-a-dink, 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 ink-a-dink. Wow!
Oh, okay. Hello, thank you for calling Basil BuddhaCat Presents. No, I dropped it. Okay. So that speck of dust or that speck of dust? Hold on. Hello? Hold on. There it is. Okay. Hello, thank you for calling Basil BuddhaCat Presents. Says, just don't call it Basil BuddhaCat Presenta. Because Basil, it's our friend, I couch that in very small quotation marks, friend Donald Trump on the line. And before we get started on the show, he wants to know how come we didn't mention him. We got on the Scrabble board from Friday night, we got Hillary Clinton, we got Bernie Sanders, Democratic Socialist. Wait a second, hold on. Let me put the phone down for a sec. I don't think I dropped it into the water bowl. Let's see if I can do it. Hold on. Out of the letters I have at hand, let's see what I can do. I can see there's no M. Oh, there is. Okay. Let's see. N A L D T R M Sorry, I got everything but U and the P. Does that mean, hold on. Does that mean that you don't pee? Or does that mean that nothing's up? It says he's not real happy because somehow or other the letters to his name are supposed to be emblazoned in everything. Somewhere in every word. And he says he paid a lot of money for that. That in every sentence in the English language, his name, Donald Trump, should appear with at least the letters in his name. And I'm sorry, they are just not there. Just not there. They're just not there. So Hillary Clinton was here, Bernie Sanders, Democratic Socialist, Kansas City Royals, and didn't you used to own a sports franchise, Donald? Said, first of all, it's the Donald, and yes, he owned the New Jersey Generals of the, it was called the long ago, far away Kaput Football League. Okay, now I remember you did have one pretty good running back on that team by the name of Herschel Walker, who is probably one of the more dominant football players ever at running back. I mean, the yards don't reflect that because a lot of his yards are in the long ago, far away Kaput. Who cares anyway? Because Donald Trump owned a team, football league. A lot of his yards were with him, but he had a lot of yards as he had a tremendous number of yards combined between running, pass catching, kickoff, punt return in the National Football League. Herschel Walker did. He had a lot, and he was. I remember him back think I know he won the Heisman Trophy at least once. He was a pretty good running back for University of Georgia, and he had this skill that on a goal line situation, he had the ability to come up to the line of scrimmage, and he must have had springs in his shoes or something, because he could go over the top of just about any defensive line, fly into the end zone almost. So in answer to your question, no, we don't have you here. Are you still in that race? I thought it was the esteemed Dr. Neurosurgeon Ben Carson that was catching most of the hoopla lately. Said I'm still there. I'm still the best. They all love me the best. The Latinos love me the best. The blacks love me the best. The whites love me the best. I'm not supposed to say jinx. Said no, the Chinese love me the best. The Asians, the Orientals love me the best. They all love me the best. And besides, that guy Ben Carson, he says, he's actually a little bit on the a little on the soft-spoken side, and a little on the he lacks energy, he said. Now, how do you want to put that? Do you want to put that you think he's lacks energy? Okay, so we'll go with lacks energy. So that sounds a little too much like lazy to me. You know, it sounds like you're really making a sort of the kind of remark that you made about how all the or almost all of the folks from South and Central America that are here are all, you know, murderers and rapists and all kinds of bad things. But there's a couple of good ones, no doubt. There's a couple of good ones. You said that. I remember you said that. So are you being a little bit jingoistic here about African Americans? Said no, they love me. No matter what I say, they love me. They love me better than any other candidate. They think I'm the best, and I'm going to win every segment of the population. He says. He says he's going to bring America together. He's going to bring America together in a way that hasn't happened in a long time. He says the last time America was this together as a team was back in 1775. Wow, those were the days. Okay, well, you know, it's been a pleasure having you call in, but we really have to start our show. What? Okay. All right. How long have we been running the cameras? Well, Trump got his little chatter in on us this time. He's paying us? Basil said no. Said, well, I better quote him first. Said no, he's not paying us directly, but there's this super PAC which is in no way connected to his campaign anymore, even though it's run by a very close friend of his. And but the super PAC has slipped us a little cha-ching. And turns out the one of the key players in the super PAC is a guy named Frisky. And yep, same Frisky as Purina Friskies flaked with tuna. Now, wouldn't his name be Purina rather than Frisky? Yeah. Basil said, says his middle name is Frisky. Karina, Frisky, and the last name is, what the fork, I guess. Cat food. Karina Frisky's Cat Food. That's the owner of the company that slipped us some cha-ching and, well, wait a second. Somebody's got something to say over here. That about says it all. So, is he still on that phone? Hold on. Donald? Oh, again I get. It's the Donald. Okay, the Donald. You know, we really, you have to give us a little slack here because we're trying to accomplish a TV show where we talk about candidates that Basil likes. And no doubt the cha-ching from your friend Frisky is certainly getting you a little bit of airtime. But you know what? It's still... Let me put you down, put the phone down for a second, and yeah, Basil says he will definitely, if it's the case that she's the candidate, he will definitely support Hillary Clinton. Certainly prefers the Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders. Yep. Yeah. Down there somewhere, can't tell you. Okay. Definitely prefers Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders. But again, back to this. Back to your picking the winner in the World Series, because we know it's the New York Mets and the Kansas City Royals, and they actually played a game last night. Do you even know who won the game last night? Say, yep, he knows. He understands it was the Mets that won last night. And so there you go, 1-0. They need 3 more wins, and the Royals need 4 more wins. So that makes it that puts some pressure on them. And again tonight hey, do you think you can maybe get Citibank? You don't want Citibank, huh? Because they're you're going to be doing some local banks. I'm going to put in a good word in on chance that they might be listening, and some folks might give us send us some business and some advertising dollars. Newtown Savings Bank, Savings Bank of Danbury, Union Savings Bank, People's Bank, Fairfield County Savings Bank. Did I miss anybody? So no, you might have, but there are any local bank. Oh, and credit unions too. Basil's very big on credit unions because he says that they, along with the local banks, give back much more to the local community, do a lot more investment in their money, and their profits stay in the community, and that's why you should go there and take it from Basil. And I think that's part of what drew Basil to Bernie Sanders, because Bernie Sanders is very much in favor of local businesses and breaking up as need be. And Basil says it needs to be, that we need to break up the banks that were described in 2008 when the economy collapsed. Yeah. Go on. Okay. Throat's a little parched. Hold on. Okay. One good sip deserves another. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Which phone is it? It's not the Cat in the Hat phone. Hello? No, Lil's on there. It's not the Nickelodeon phone. No. Oh, it's the Inky Dinky phone again.
Who calls us and gives us this?
Because he thinks it's probably Rick Santorum, who's not in the race for the Republican nomination this time. But who knows? He told you what? Well, I've got you on the phone, Mr. Santorum, former Senator Santorum. And by the way, there's going to be another former senator who's running for president. He's decided not to run again, and that's Marco Rubio from Florida, who Basil spent some time on the phone with and outed him and outed his whole family, because apparently when Senator Marco Rubio became senator of Florida, his narrative was, and I'm sure we've mentioned this on 1 or 2 or 20 or 30 shows, his narrative was that his parents came here to get away from Castro, to get away from those darn communists. And okay. Turns out, parents came here, I don't know, like 5 years before Castro even thought about starting a revolution. So that narrative kind of went kafloozy. But, Basil, it's Santorum handed the phone over to Marco Rubio's father, Senator Marco Rubio's father. No, it's not. It's actually his grandfather. Rubio del Rubio. And he's squawking. He's squawking, Basil. He says that, you know, there was this fortune teller in Havana. And they spent some time with this fortune teller, and the fortune teller told them to watch out, because there was this young dude, 2 young dudes actually, one named Che Guevara and the other one named Fidel Castro, who are, I think, cousins. They're related somehow. And warned his parents to watch out for that mattress and box spring salesman, the Castro convertible sofa bed salesman, because he really, in fact, wasn't a sofa bed salesman after all. He was actually a revolutionary that was going to try to mess up Cuba and take it over and pretend to be the friend of America, and then actually, while he said he was friends with benefits with America, it was actually Duncan Nikita Khrushchev at the time. So, Basil said, meow. Said, I'm not supposed to use the word Duncan because Krispy Kreme Donuts is making a comeback, and Basil thinks he's got them on the. He's been dunking a donut into their corporate office on a fish hook, on a fly caster, and he thinks that may have Krispy Kreme as a corporate sponsor. So there shall be no mention of anything. Well, what if we talk about Scottish people, and we get. Who's the guy that played the guy in the blue face, the Scottish hero, Duncan something or other? The actor that blames Mel Gibson, the actor that blames Jews for pretty much everything, anything that's gone wrong in the world. You ask Mel Gibson, he'll say Jews, they're responsible. Anything that went wrong. Wow. Well, somehow or other we lost Rubio del Rubio, and we also lost Rick Santorum,
And don't ask us what Santorum means. There's a word for it. There's a word that, whatever. Can't go there. It's a kid's show. But apparently, Mel Gibson, oh, gosh darn it. Well, that's for another show. But, you want to talk more about baseball? Okay.
Want me to bring the, hold on. Okay, Basil says, regardless of what happened last night, which may or may not have happened 5 days from now. Kansas City Royals. You can bet your franchise on it. Kansas City Royals in the World Series. Said one reason is. No, I know I butted in. I'm sorry. Well, you were saying. Said. Said, in spite of the fact that the Mets have four starting pitchers. It's rare that usually in a World Series you have your starting rotation of three pitchers, except the old Milwaukee Braves, who it was Spahn, Sane, and Warren Spahn, Johnny Sane, and pray for rain because he only had two pitchers on their entire team, and those pitchers ever got in trouble. They had to bring in some guy from one of the hot dog or the peanuts or the Cracker Jack salesman to come in and do the pitching for whatever part of the game that either Spahn or Sane weren't available for. So here you go. So it says, in spite of the fact the Mets have four pitchers, and he says that's not necessarily a good thing for a team to have four really good pitchers. I say normally you get a team coming into the World Series, and probably the last time there was a team that had four really good pitchers was when a team from Baltimore had four pitchers that in the same year, all four of them won 20 games, which you don't see nowadays because almost nobody wins 20 games anymore. Pitchers are very limited as far as innings they pitch. They apparently they're not as strong as they used to be, and they like to make them last for a few years. So they limit their numbers of pitches in a game to about 100 usually, rarely more than that. And usually you'll have, I don't know, on a staff of some of the season it's 25 players, some of the season 40 players. During the 25-player portion of the season, most teams have about 20 pitchers. And it's gone in reverse. It has. When you don't have enough infielders or outfielders, send a pitcher out there. Some of them can hit. So you've got four good pitchers on the Mets, and in spite of that, you really think, says. A team needs to have a fossil on it, a pitcher that's a veteran, that's a fossil. And the Mets pitchers are all pretty young. And apparently Basil doesn't like that. He says it's a little dangerous to have all these young guys, especially the guy with the hair that looks like mine, except it's blonde. Noah Syndergaard or Jacob DeGrom, one or the other. But they've got this guy that's I guess it's Jacob DeGrom. And he's, what? Okay. You know what? We're going to find out. We'll find out tonight. I'm sure everybody will be watching. We'll see if Basil's prediction continues to play itself out. We'll see if the Royals go up 2-0 on the Mets, or whether the Mets come back and break even and go 1-1. Now, we know what you're going to say if the Royals go up 2-0, but what about if the Mets come back 1-1? Would there be a possibility said, Basil asked me, said, there aren't any Florida Gators on that Kansas City Royals team, are there? No, I don't think any of them went to Florida. So that'd be an issue, wouldn't it? Okay, he said, said fork, yeah. And with that, this has been Basil BuddhaCat Presents. Happy baseball watching tonight. And we will see you next Friday. Love? He's still on the line. Basil said, so that's it. We're not calling him the Donald anymore. We're going to call him the Doofus. And with that, he hung up, and we shall see you again Friday night. Good night. Have a blessed Sunday.
They say they'd rob your grandma blind on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Fritter her away her Medicare on Wall Street. And Pharma Oil and their pet fox don't care if she lives in a box, so long as they wear platinum jocks on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Meow.